you've taken Yaz or Yasmin for birth control or similar drugs and you're concerned about the potential for side effects. My name's Dan Burke and I'm a lawyer at Parker Waichman in New York, and I handle claims concerning Yaz, Yasmin, and related drugs such as Gianvi, Biaz, and Safrol on a daily basis. One of the concerns with these types of drugs, this class of drugs in general, is that it can lead to increased risk of blood clotting events. These include deep vein thrombosis as well as pulmonary embolism. Both of these conditions can ultimately be fatal, so they need to be treated promptly and effectively in order to protect women who've suffered from these diseases. What's different about Yaz and Yasmin and some of these other drugs is that these are called combination oral contraceptives, and they're partly an estrogen and partly a progestin. The difference between these types of drugs from others is that the progestin component in these drugs is something called DROSPIRENONE. And DROSPIRENONE in these drugs has been related to an increased risk of these clotting events over comparable drugs that contain another progestin known as levonorgestrel. Now, the FDA back in April of this year ordered that the makers of Yaz and Yasmin and other DROSPIRENONE containing oral contraceptives change their label to indicate the existence of epidemiological studies that show as much as a threefold increased risk of clotting events such as DVT or deep vein thrombosis or pulmonary embolism, PE, in patients who've taken these drugs. A study conducted by the FDA themselves noticed a 1.5-fold increased risk in these clotting events in the DROSPIRENONE containing oral contraceptives over the levonorgestrel containing oral contraceptives. If you've taken Yaz or Yasmin and have suffered from any type of blood clot, stroke, DVT, pulmonary embolism, I want you to pick up the phone and give us a call. We deal with questions concerning these drugs on a daily basis. Again, my name's Dan Burke and I'm a lawyer at Parker Waichman in New York. Thanks so much for your time.